Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Now that the NFL trade deadline is over, which the Bears should have sold, but they did not, I thought it would be appropriate to take a look at a few free agents that are available and maybe a couple of names that you guys might be interested in signing. But some background now that the deadline has come and gone. That passed officially on Tuesday. I wanted the Bears to be sellers, looking to trading guys like Allen Robinson or one of the backup quarterbacks, maybe even a guy like Robert Quinn or Akeem Hicks. That did not happen, as no trades were made. They did trade for Jakeem Grant a couple of weeks ago, but that's not the type of move I'm talking about. Bears do have a little bit of money, so if they want to make a signing or two, they could do that for the remainder of this season. Should the Bears go out and sign a free agent, type Y for yes, type N for no? They shouldn't do it just to do it, but if there is a need that they would like to fill, then certainly that is an option. Give me a vote, type Y, type N, get your votes in down below. All right, 4 players the Bears could go out and sign in NFL free agency. We'll start with DeSean Jackson, who was released on Wednesday. He will officially clear waivers on Thursday. I'd have a little bit of interest here. He still has shown the ability to hit the home run in limited playing time with the LA Rams this year. They tried to trade him. They couldn't find a trade partner, so they decided to cut bait. We'll see if he is claimed off waivers. 8 catches, 221 yards, and a touchdown. That average of 27.6 is still pretty appealing as a big play threat. Now, the Bears do have a lot of speed on this offense with Darnell Mooney, Marquise Goodwin, and Damiere Byrd, but they haven't exactly been able to maximize that speed. Goodwin's hit a couple of decent-sized plays downfield. Damiere Byrd's done basically nothing for this team. And Mooney's been pretty good, but you could certainly never have enough speed. And Jackson, yes, he is an elite speed guy like these other guys, but he's been a more proven just receiver in general as well. Obviously, he's older. Obviously, the Bears aren't a major contending team, but he would be an upgrade over a guy like Damiere Byrd, so I would maybe have a little interest. Would you sign DeSean Jackson? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video, so just head on down to the very top of the comment section and reply right there. All right, next up, Olivier Vernon, the edge rusher who has not played at all this year, did have that Achilles injury late last season. But when you think about the Bears' defense, while it's been pretty good overall, although it was bad against San Francisco, the front seven has been banged up or has missed time for various reasons. You lost Jeremiah Attaochu, one of your depth edge pieces. You also have Khalil Mack, who has been banged up recently as well. Robert Quinn missed a game with COVID. You've had guys in and out. Akeem Hicks, who is on that front seven as well, has been in and out of the lineup. Olivier Vernon had 9 sacks last year, guys. Like, when he's healthy, he's still a really, really good player, and he's only 30 years old. Now, I don't completely know what his status is with that Achilles recovery, but I do remember reading recently that he is open to signing with a team, so we'll see if he latches on with someone for the second half of the season, especially now that the NFL trade deadline has passed. I would be interested if it were a cheap deal. Subscribe to us here at Chicago Bears Now. We are inching oh so close to 36,000 subscribers. We are less than 200 away. My producer, Jack, said there's no chance y'all are reaching 36,000 by the end of the week. I told him I disagree. I think Bears fans are going to show out more than that, so it's up to you guys to prove him wrong. Hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/BearsNow. I want to hit 36,000 before kickoff on Monday Night Football. Okay, Quinton Dunbar, the cornerback, is next up here, a guy who's bounced around a bit, has played good football in the past, wasn't that good last year in limited time, only played in 6 games, did have an interception, but his coverage stats weren't very good as a whole. But when you think about the Bears' position groups on this team, I would still put corner as one of the weaker ones, right? Jalen Johnson's a really good young player. Kindle Vildor is getting better, so I think you'd have to ask yourself, is a guy like Quinton Dunbar better than Kindle Vildor, and would that even be more valuable than to just keep playing Vildor, even if he is slightly better? I think that's a fair argument if you did have it. Now, you could put Vildor in the slot and bench Duke Shelley, because we know Shelley hasn't been that good, but I wouldn't exactly, just be shouting from the rooftops, oh, go sign Quinton Dunbar. But he's a notable name out there, especially at the cornerback position. What do you guys think is the biggest need on the Chicago Bears roster? Biggest need overall, is it corner? Is it offensive line? I'm not mentioning any O-linemen in this video because, Larry Borum's back and there's no centers out there. That makes sense. Let me know what the biggest need on this roster is, regardless of the position. BetUS is our sportsbook partner here at Bears Now, and I continue to just thrive with my picks. Another over 500 week last week. Went 3-2, didn't keep the 4-1 streaks going, but still above 500. Go to chatsports.com/Bears, use the promo code BEARDOWN, and go bet on the game this weekend. The over-under only at 40. The over crushed last week. Steelers 6.5-point favorites for Monday Night Football. If you like these betting odds for either Chicago or Pittsburgh, put your money where your mouth is. Chatsports.com/Bears. Use the promo code BEARDOWN. I think the over probably hits again, but we'll have to wait and see. Another cornerback on my Bears free agent targets. How about Gareon Conley? Now, Conley's mostly been a bust at this point in his career. This would definitely be more of a flyer signing, but he's a young player, which I like. Maybe he's a guy you're thinking, oh, maybe he could turn into something in the future. Again, no guarantees here. I did like what he did back in 2018 with the Raiders. Had 3 interceptions in 15 games in that season. Also had 15 pass breakups, which is pretty impressive as well. Had a touchdown that year also on a pick 6. So, listen, since then he's left a lot to be desired. Did not play that well once he got moved over to the Houston Texans. But when you look at the cornerback depth chart, I mean, think of it this way. Is he more valuable than a guy like Artie Burns, who's older and you don't even play? He's a healthy scratch every week. Xavier Crawford, Marquis Christian. I mean, a guy like Gareon Conley at least is young and maybe has a chance to turn into something, whereas, a guy like Artie Burns, he is who he is at this point in time. He's just a body in case someone gets hurt. I'm not saying Conley is going to evolve into a starter or something like that, but I think he's still a guy with some talent and at least could be worth exploring. Pick a corner, type QD for Quinton Dunbar, type GC for Gareon Conley. Who would you rather have? I think Dunbar's a better player. Conley's obviously younger, so depends in which direction you want to go in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/Bears Now. We'll continue to give you videos every single day, including a mailbag before the Bears play on Monday Night Football, so stay tuned for that and subscribe to the channel. I'll continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest surrounding the Chicago Bears.